are missing and what we maybe were doing that we don't miss at all and maybe we shouldn't be doing. And just like in one of my moments of assessing this season, I just realized that I have really missed having just those really organic conversations with other moms. And I feel like those conversations sometimes can really be sprinkled with some really great stuff, some really great ideas. And yeah, just kind of like troubleshooting things, or it can be obviously lots of different things. So I thought we would kind of have that conversation today. Also, with our moms group, Mom to Mom, sometimes when I have new ideas or other moms have shared things with me, I will just like make that a part of the announcements in the mornings and just kind of get out some of these ideas. And yeah, so I just really miss doing that. And so I wrote a couple things down that I wanted to share with you today. So, number one, I was going to just show you our boredom jar. And in this jar are activities that I know my kids can do on their own and that I don't mind them doing at any given time. Some things just feel annoying because they'll make a mess. Like, definitely baking cookies is not in here. And there's lots of other things that would be very mess making activities that I did not put in this jar. So these are things they can do on their own that they should be able to clean up easily and quickly as well. So whenever I need them to do something, or if they keep asking me to do things that I have to keep saying no to, then I say, okay, if those are your only ideas of an activity to do, we're gonna pull a stick out of the jar. And usually I make them do it for like 30 minutes. Depending on the stick, maybe I will make it less time, but if I feel like if they can get distracted with doing something, then maybe they'll even get a little more creative with how they want to spend the rest of their day after they do something out of this jar. So they don't have to keep asking me for things that I have to say no to. So there can be lots of different things on here, obviously. I have some simple ones like color. I have play on the roof, which our roof is flat, so that is not dangerous. Magnetic shapes, Legos. You could put all of those like activity sets that we have around our house. I'm sure you have some as well that may or may not get used within like even a whole month. So put those on there and then the kids will hopefully start playing with some of their toys. So that's the boredom jar. Also wanted to just share, I personally wanted to buy a hand vac because I just wanted it for my plant space. The dogs will wag their tail and then dirt goes flying. And so I wanted a hand vac to vacuum up my stuff. And so I just researched. We did end up getting a corded vac, which I know is controversial, but I just wanted to give it a shot because it was cheaper. And what I had read from the battery powered hand vacs is that the batteries only last a couple years and you can't even replace them in some of them. So I was like, let's try the cord and just see if we can make it work. So anyway, we bought this vac and my kids have been asking to vacuum literally every day. So it was $40, very, very well spent. And my house has never been this vacuumed ever. So I feel like the kids just like to have those things that make them feel more empowered. So I had no idea a hand vac was going to be such a hit, and it really is. So if you feel like you have $40 to spare and lots of things to vacuum, you might want to think about it. So that was our hand vac win. Okay, so this other thing that I definitely would have shared at a mom-to-mom meeting because it kind of blew my mind. This was a conversation I was having with another mom, and she was telling me how there can be some kids that have a really small airway. And she would definitely be a better person to get a lot more information, but I can just give you a quick overview. So like some kids, their muscles are too tight around the airway, and the way they fix it is they like put something in the kid's mouth to try to retrain where the jaw sits and like how the mouth moves. But the thing that was really fascinating about this whole thing was a small airway can have a lot of problems associated with it. So the number one problem, that, well, at least the number one to me that was the most fascinating, was bedwetting. And I feel like if you do have a child that has a bedwetting problem, chances are you have tried everything you can think of. And maybe this is the thing that you really need to look into. So turns out that there are some kids that are not even getting enough air while they're sleeping, and so their body is doing whatever they can to wake them up so they can like get a deep breath and replenish the oxygen that is missing. And so they do whatever they need to do to wake your body up. And for some kids that is wetting the bed, which it makes so much sense. And I was really amazed to hear it. So other than bedwetting, it could also be consistently tired, having a hard time focusing, snoring, breathing through their mouths. That all can be stuff where their airway is too small. And it's not even just kids, like adults can have an airway that is too small, and where they could like go to a specialist to get something that fits into their mouth to retrain their mouth. So anyway, if any of that felt important to you, or and you know that your kid would benefit from maybe seeing someone, please do reach out, because I will then pass on your info to my mom friend who told me this in the first place. She knows the specialist personally and could definitely give you more information as well. So I just definitely wanted to get that out there in case someone needed to hear that. All right, that's all I had for today. I really hope that in this season you are able to find some things to look forward to. I feel like it's really hard to make any sort of extended plans because we don't know. We don't know what it's going to look like these next weeks and months. But I know something that we're looking forward to it in my house is even just changing out our spring and summer clothing for our fall winter clothing. And that just feels so exciting for the kids because they get fresh clothes, and the younger sister remembers something that the older sister wore 2 years ago and it's hers this time. So yeah, that's definitely something that's on our list, and I hope that you can think of something to put on your list too to look forward to. All right, have a great day, and thanks for the chat.